So I whatchamacalled it. I was changing out mower batteries at work, and John Deere's are very tight where their batteries are at, and I pulled out a battery and it cut off like 2 layers of skin in the middle of my fucking pointer finger.
And this is how we're starting the podcast, I guess.
Damn, bro.
Yeah. And that was the beginning of my day too. I kept changing out
Dang it.
mowers.
I already ruined my intro because I already opened up my drink. But hello everyone. For the YouTube purposes of this podcast, this is MykeCheck'd 95 along with my cohort and usual partner in crime, Krieger Margin. Lyson Fang has stepped out for the evening, but we are joined in with another league member from Impulse, Limp.
What's up, guys?
So we've been Limp and I have been watching NXT Great American Bash for the last couple hours, waiting on Krieger to hop on here to start the podcast portion of it. But Krieger's here. We are rolling. I've already cracked open my drink because I've had the most interesting and shittiest ass 2.5 weeks of my life. Well, I wouldn't say shitty. Shitty's probably like the wrong word to say it. More so stressful. But I said, hey, podcast tonight. I want to talk. but yeah, we're Limp and I are finishing up Great American Bash with Eli Dragunov and Carmelo Hayes for the NXT Championship. What's been going on with you for this evening, Krieger? How's the my question is, how's the league been going? Because I've noticed that you've explained to me recently that you've kind of slowed down on content because of work and whatnot and everything, because I haven't seen that many actual full video posts. But I was just curious on how that was going since the last update.
Well, it's more so the hazardous mold that's in my apartment.
It's mold.
It's everywhere. It's like spreading. It's white mold under the sink, in the sink, coming up through the garbage disposal. I mean, if I leave, you know how I like to eat my thing of hot dogs, right? Like
Oh
a
my
whole
God. You just
package of hot dogs.
crack open the package, the plastic package, throw it in the microwave,
Yeah.
pray to God that the plastic don't melt on the hot dogs, and then eat it.
Well, what you do is you put it under I put it in for about 1:12, and then those 12 seconds, it actually accelerates the heat time, so I don't have to cook it as long.
Okay, Limp, this is why it's so great to have me and Krieger on a podcast, since the two of us have lived together and we've had so many stories that you probably don't know about.
I've heard a couple of them, Krieger.
Man. Limp
Yeah.
knows the Krieger margin of the wrestling league, the cocky great Margini and everything. I know that side of Krieger, but I also know the bullshit side of Krieger margin.
Yeah, I mean, anyways, what was I saying again? So it's a combination of that, because that gets to you, and it's killing my energy, honestly. And then
what I'm about to fill in about a few minutes after you're done, I understand completely.
On top of that as well, the washer dryer for my place is basically down. Like, the dryer doesn't work. So it's been a hassle trying to just, any spare moment that I'm not running the league, just trying to do a little bit of laundry and then hang up. I have to hang my clothes for them to dry.
So it's like the college, right?
Yeah, kind of like that, but I've literally ran it 6 times.
Oh God.
And it's still not dry, and it costs $1.75 each time I run that.
$1.75?
Yeah.
How much is your washer?
The washer's $115.
So your washer,
A lot of back and forth.
So your washer is $115 and your dryer is $175. My washer is $2 and my dryer is $150.
Yeah. So, and my new place I'm moving to in October is it's not in unit laundry. It's in it's another laundry facility, but it's more than one. Right now, the way they have this apartment building set up, granted, the washer dryer's right outside, right in the hallway of my apartment place. They have one for each apartment building.
Okay.
So the entire building, 3 floors of people have to use one laundry, one washer, one dryer. So, yeah, so that shit kind of piles on. So, but yeah, so that kind of kills it. Also, well, and let me cover the last two papers. The pay-per-view we just now finished up. I've kind of reorganized our leadership so that we have pretty much the board of directors. Everyone other than me does the day-to-day things.
I mean,
That
Limp kind of filled me in on a tiny bit of it, but he kind of like told me some of the stuff that he was going through and everything and whatnot.
Yeah, yeah. So so I've got that organized with 2 GMs per show. Running that, and then they do the day-to-day, and I just pretty much make sure everything's running smoothly. And I just I recruit and just kind of chill, like relax. That way, I have time to kind of. We've reduced the amount of matches per pay-per-view that we have to do. We only do 8 or 9 matches a pay-per-view.
Do the guys have any way to like edit videos and then send it to you to put on the channel, or
They don't have the equipment for that right now. That's the thing. So, but yeah, and they don't know how to edit or anything like that. So we don't have anybody that would be on that capability of things.
why do I feel like I'm always the star editor that has to train everybody?
Yeah. And editing programs are expensive if you don't know how to get a crack copy.
Yeah, true. Oh shit. Hold on a sec. You guys cover for a sec. I gotta clean up a mess.
Everyone's talking crap on this chat.
Everyone,
What'd you say, guy?
So what's going on, bro? It's been a minute since I've talked.
Everyone's roasting me in the chat
Why?
because I lost the title.
You lost what title?
You lost the title.
The Future Icon title.
Oh my god, Krieger lost the title.
Because my hand is fucking bleeding. Refuse. My controller is covering blood.
Excuses.
But no,
God
snip
damn.
on it.
Oh my god.
Fuck,
Yeah, so it's the international title now.
Oh, it's gonna smell like alcohol for a while.
Did you spill alcohol?
A little bit.
Damn it.
Hey,
Fucking
this is the
bastard.
first time I've drank like this in a while.
Well, and Rated, Brother Razor, and TMC are all full-time back in the league now.
Oh god. That's
Which is funny because I formed the tag team that ended the league last time.
I swear to God, if it ends the league again and I'm down on content, I have to come back and bust ass for you on content. I'm going to kick your ass, Krieger.
Whatchamacallit, fucking I've got it set up now that I'm not running the ship. I'm steering the ship. I'm not telling people to go down to the sails and make the sails go left. That's what all these other people are doing.
Well, as long as Sonic stays on a hiatus, I think we should be okay.
Yeah, Sonic's not. Sonic's connection just got to where he has like 1 megabyte per second instead of like 0.50, and his connection's still shit, but he can join parties. And I was like, okay, well, you gonna come back to the league? And he's like, I just have no interest in doing wrestling.
I mean, nothing.
He's done.
I guess like nothing negative too much on Sonic, but like I feel like that's what's best for the channel because I mean, with all the drama and stuff he's caused in the past, I feel like it's better that he's not around.
Yeah, and I think he kind of sees that too. He wouldn't last very long with everybody the way we do things.
I mean, he wasn't doing too hot in the last league rendition. Like, I mean, he was barely keeping up.
No, and a lot of people that have been here for a long time, like have been running it with me since the beginning, their skills are not as what they used to be. Even my own. Like I used to be the best. I used to be the best of the best, and here I'm struggling to hold on to a mid card title.
See what I mean, Limp? See what I mean?
So,
Exactly.
He used to be running the ship. Now he's just one of the crew members.
Now he's just steering it.
Yeah, I'm just steering. I'm the
He's
old
just
guy
the
up
driver,
top.
bro. He's just the driver.
Hey, hold that
Yeah.
mid-card title ain't that bad. Like I said, I'm the longest reigning RDW Intercontinental Champion still, so.
And I'm the tag team champion still. You know, I still got that we just won.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so I mean, I'm probably eventually just gonna have to step down to like a media position because if I can't
I mean,
keep
like,
up,
okay, like sometimes that's not that bad
I'm a
because, like,
gatekeeper.
I mean, like, whenever I was doing my live action league with RDW, like, yeah, like I would always put myself in like the main title picture and everything, and always put myself in the main events because our live action roster was the size of like 6 people. But that's because I had to do that. But like, I mean, I always pictured myself as like, you know what? I'm not a main eventer. I'm not going to be a world champion. I'm more so of a mid card guy. I'm okay with that because I don't mind wrestling guys like Freddie or like Chicken or wrestling Taylor from time to time, or like Elijah or whatever. Like, I'm okay with being mid card. I enjoyed being mid card.
Yeah. There's part of me that has a tremendous amount of ego that wants to be the 100% greatest of all time.
It's
You know, a
always
guy
there. It's always there.
like it's always there, but
Oh,
like,
bro.
you know, I'm just getting soft, you know.
Yeah, we're sitting there messing around, and Limp sitting here probably watching the match, and we're missing the whole thing.
Yeah, bro. It's really that's what I'm doing. I'm just watching the match. Jesus.
Yeah, Limp's got like a 10-second, like 10-second ahead of me for a little bit, but that's all right.
Yeah. Yeah, so I mean, you know, shit happens. I mean, I'm glad the league's going in the direction it's going. We're getting old people back.
Like I told
I
Limp
mean,
earlier, this is the longest the league's gone for the channel in like a while.
yeah, I mean, we just finished SummerSlam, which is our first big 4. You know,
Yeah. Is any of
pretty soon.
that gonna get posted?
Any of it? Yeah.
Like full
I
matches?
actually still, yeah, I actually still have the previous pay-per-view stuff all recorded. If you noticed on the previous pay-per-view that we did, the Brand Warfare, I whatchamacalled it. I put all the promos up, but I didn't put any of the matches up. I still have all the matches recorded.
It's
I
just
just haven't got. Yeah.
with the mold and work and everything. It's kind of like
Yeah,
back.
now we got the pay-per-view done. I'm gonna I have my list of recording stuff. I'm gonna go ahead and now that there's less things to edit, I'm gonna spend a little bit more time and work on the editing a little bit for them to make them look a little bit better too. Because
Yeah.
I've only got, you know what I mean.
Mhm.
Probably not as so much with Brand Warfare, but definitely for SummerSlam.
Yeah. Oh, Limp was talking to me about how like he was wanting you to use one of my mashups as like his theme song and everything, and
Oh yeah.
you kept telling him no, and I asked him which one it was, and he said it was the Limp Bizkit Twisted mashup I did, and so
Yeah.
I went to go check it out, and I was like, I think Krieger may have a good argument on it because there's a copyright strike on it. Well, not a copyright strike, but there's a copyright infringement mark on it.
Oh
So
yeah. Well,
yeah,
we wouldn't get money from it.
we can use it without getting a strike, but we wouldn't be able to make any monetization off of it. So I think that's the reason why.
Yeah, I wouldn't want that for a regular thing for anyone. Yeah, and that's why I kept telling him no. I was like, hold on, like I haven't went on and checked it out. So
I mean, there's other Limp Bizkit mashups I've done. It's just I need to like look for them. And I was trying to do a mashup the other night, but like the editing software just like crashed halfway through, and I was already having a bad night as it was, so I just said fuck it and just went to bed.
Well, bro, give me that mashup, and I will play that. I will play that mashup through my speaker mic. You know what I'm talking about? Through my mic, bro. If I have to, every time I walk out, dude.
Yeah, I need to get back in and work on it again because it was actually doing pretty good, but yeah, I have to find the time to do it
yeah,
again.
and for a while I was in a good frequency where I would put out three shorts a day,
Yeah.
on top of everything else. But it kind of so I started posting. You seen the TikTok we have, Mike?
Yeah, I have from time to time when I jump on there.
So we're at like 106 followers on that, and all my
That's good.
all
Hey,
yeah everything.
if we keep that up, we can actually start making money off of that too.
Yes, that's what I started to go towards is because
Really good.
Yeah, TikTok's doing good. I mean, even that first video that I put up that one from Assassin's Creed where I Spartaned him off the cliff. That's at 8,000 views now. I mean, so that gets hits for sure.
The Spartan kick off the building.
Yeah. You ever see that? Yeah, it was the one where it builds up a huge big boss battle. He does a cutscene. He just got done killing his brother, and then I just Spartan kicked him off and insta killed him.
I love that.
I think a lot of it's also fatigue from the channel because I've been out of the three of us that are supposed to be like co-running this, I'm the only one that's been doing anything.
I mean, I think
Not even just for your situation, but like with Chris, he hasn't done anything, not a single thing.
I think I understand Chris's situation a little bit because like a lot of his has to do with financials and everything because he's still trying to work on getting better equipment and whatnot, and like with how
He plays
much
on his Xbox every day. He has a phone.
with how much
He can do all of it from the phone.
with how much he pays for like his apartment, it's ridiculous.
It is. That's why I was like, "Hey, man, you want to come up here? I could always use a roommate." And then but his whole situation with his sister and everything, and all the cats and stuff, I was like, "No, that's not."
I talked to him and Kevin about the other night, and they just renewed a contract, so they're at least stuck there for another year.
I remember him talking about it before he re-signed it, and I was like, "Dude, you're paying more for like a nice perfect three-bedroom house up here for that shitty apartment down there."
It's just, I think a lot of it has to do with the fact that like he is just so it's just. I think Pittsburgh is his comfort zone, which I get it.
Yes,
totally get it.
Yeah, I didn't think he'd be leaving anyway. So,
I
but
get
at that point, when I'm thinking about like I'm saving for a down deposit on a house, so I need 10 grand. If I had a roommate, that would cut everything in half, and I could probably get that in like 3 years. I could save back 10 grand in 3 years. And then I could buy a house. But I kind of reached out to everybody that I could think of that would be a possibility, and then I was like, yeah, no.
Well,
So I reached out to Josh again. Josh couldn't do it. Josh is okay. I would have been okay with it.
Hey, Limp, have you ever gone back and watched any content with a guy named Orphan Joker in our videos? Have you gone back and watched any of our like videos on the channel that had a guy named Orphan Joker in our videos? He was the guy living with me and Krieger for a while.
What's his name? Orphan Joker?
His name was Orphan Joker. His channel name was Orphan Joker. But his real name's Josh.
Yeah.
Yeah. What were your thoughts on him if you've seen any videos with him in it? Because I heard a lot of people in the league said that he was kind of annoying.
I haven't seen any of his videos. I haven't seen any of that stuff.
Yeah, if you ever like go watch any of our reviews with him in it, it gets kind of rough getting through some of his portions of it because he talks a lot. But it's because he has like ADHD, ADD, OCD, like all wrapped in a bundle.
Oh damn.
Yeah, it's
pretty bad.
Even that is not that bad.
Try living with that for 2 years, okay? Try 2 years.
Yeah. So I was like, okay, maybe. And then obviously Chris, and then I think I reached out to Kenny too, but I figured Kenny wouldn't be a thing anyways.
Did you try Hancock?
I tried reaching out to him, but he didn't respond to me at all. Like just saying like, hey, what's going on? I haven't hung out with him since I've been up here.
Yeah, I think he has a lot going on with like work and stuff and like a bunch of theater stuff.
And projects. Yeah, I saw him posting something. He's working on making some rom-com or something with his partner for his YouTube. So like he's busy a lot of the times.
I would leave Lewis out of the question because he's a family man.
Yeah, he's got family. I do talk to him on and off. I talked to him the other day about trying to get together sometime, but like he said, he was like, man, I've been really antisocial lately, and I've just been spending time with my family. Yeah, I get it.
I get it too.
But,
I kind of feel like I've done that a little bit too because I've kind of like slipped away for a while.
That's pretty much everybody that I could think of that I'd be like, yeah, I'd room with that person.
Yeah,
So
it gets difficult as you get older.
it's just crazy the amount of different, like the lack of amount of difference between a 1 bedroom and a 2 bedroom is. For a 1 bedroom, I'm gonna be paying $775. If I got a 2 bedroom, it'd be 825.
Have you compared that to Coffeyville and Montgomery County numbers? Because I bet you it's doubled.
What do you mean?
Like rental for like Coffeyville and like Montgomery County in that area. Because I bet you the rental and like buy rate for houses down here is like double from where you're at.
Yeah, I mean it should be cheaper down there. It should be like 600 to 700 for a 1 bedroom.
Yeah, but if you compare that to like, oh shit, that code breaker from Carmelo.
Yeah, bro. That's
You
what
have
I
a
was
one
saying. I was
bedroom
like,
apartment right now,
oh.
don't you?
I looked over and saw that. Sorry.
Like, do you have a 1 bedroom apartment right now?
We're basically it's more so a studio because the bedroom is the living room.
Okay, so you live in a studio. How much is a studio where you're at?
Well, here's the thing. So we're paying $600 a month for this studio apartment.
Yeah.
Initially we were going to pay 625, but since my girlfriend was a family friend, he dropped it down to 600. We later on found out that everyone else that lives here is paying 550, but we're paying 600.
Isn't that place the one that's it's income driven? Like, and the rest of
No,
them
no,
just
no, no,
all
no.
don't work.
It's not the garden apartments. No,
Okay.
this is the one that's on Fifth Street.
Oh, I got you. Well,
Mhm.
that sucks.
Yeah, there's more going on with this place that I'll get into.
Seems
It's
a little sketch.
it's sketchy's
Coffeeville.
putting it lightly.
What you would expect from Coffeeville.
I mean, I lived here for 20 plus years. What do you expect?
Yeah. So.
What
Yeah.
was that?
So, anyways, but yeah. So it's such few in the difference between the two, which I'm just like, man, I could save back some fucking money. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
it's just like with if you were to live with Chris and Kim, you'd be dealing with all the pets and everything.
It'd be too much.
But if you were living with me and Cheyenne, you'd be living with like maybe a couple pets and a child. Oh shit! That fucking
Yeah,
moved
but you guys are landlocked where you're at. It wouldn't be,
for like
it's just
maybe
not
another 3 months.
well, you don't want to move to Wichita. I
We
mean, we
well, we're,
talked about it before.
we're wanting to get the fuck out of this town and this apartment. Boy, I tell you what.
Yeah. I mean, Mike, if you wanted to come to Wichita, we could make it happen.
I mean, I would, but it would have to be like an agreement that her and I'd have to agree with, and
Yeah.
like she would not feel comfortable living in Wichita just because of how big the city is and the crime rate and everything and whatnot. Basically, it's
There's a
as
spike
scary,
right now.
yeah, it's as scary as Tulsa, pretty much.
Yeah, which there's places in Andover that you can do that's right outside of town that aren't as bad. The suburbs, that's why I like to pay more and live on the east side where it's less dangerous.
Mhm.
But that's what I mean. Like you need a suburb kind of thing. And I'm kind of strapped for. I pretty much like I've got to move kind of thing. Like
Yeah,
September 30th. So I've got my thing kind of set, and I'm locked in from there. But I mean. Only if it'd be like, because I mean, I'd love to for you guys to come up here, but
yeah.
thought you said you want to be close to family and all that stuff.
Well, like, I guess since we can transition to that, and I'm gonna leave some details out just for, I guess, protection's
Yeah,
sake.
but
Yeah, because all this is going live online, so don't talk about
Yeah,
anything you
I'm
don't
gonna
want to
leave a
talk
lot of
about.
details out. So to kind of start things out, so since we have moved in here and have had our child, we've had noticed that there's a really bad rodent and cockroach problem in this apartment. Um, Our landlord is a really bad alcoholic. For example, he has been drunk every day since the 4th of July.
Okay.
The maintenance guy pretty much does all of his work, even including possibly picking up rent from people. We're paying $50 more than everybody else, which is kind of bullshit because everyone else is like triple our age, and we're the ones with like low income money, barely getting by with like finances, and have a child. We found out. Oh! I guess you were right, Limp.
I told you. I told
You're
you,
right.
Mello.
You're right. Carmelo just won and defended the title. But
Nice.
I really thought Ilya Dragunov had that.
Nah, bro, Mello. I'm telling you, man.
But recently, about like 2 weeks ago, we had found out that there is bed bugs here.
You tell me about that. And the thing about that is, even if you bug bomb the place, your neighbors are still going to be awful.
Oh, I
Yeah,
know.
your neighbors are still gonna get them because they get in your vents and shit, bro.
Oh
Like
yeah.
I've had to fight them before. They're fucking nasty creatures, dude.
You need to do you got to do the bug bombs, and then you also need to spray on a constant basis the perimeter spray.
Yeah, the problem is that like we can't do the actual bug bombs because we have a gas stove, and everyone else
No,
has a gas stove, and we have to get permission from the landlord, but he's too drunk to even think straight.
there's not one for bug bombs, but there's a dry formula that you don't have to turn off a pilot light. It comes in an orange box. It's hot shots.
Yeah,
You
but
can do that, but it doesn't contain Nylar, which is what kills bed, because bed bugs have an extra layer of fucking protection around them. So unless you have Nylar, it's not going to do shit to them.
The thing that would concern me is that whether or not like it would affect my my kid and everything. Like we would have to move him out. We would have to have him stay somewhere else for the night.
You would also have to stay out for
Yeah.
like a 12 to 24 hours. Nobody can be in there, or you will die. That's because that's what that's doing. That is killing every living thing in there.
So like we had the bed bug problem. We got like a bed bug spray killer that would like I guess kind of control the situation for the time being. We ended up washing all of our clothes, all the bed sheets and everything, even the clean ones on like the highest heat setting we can think of. Um And on top of all that stuff that's going on, we had found out the bed bug issue was coming. The bed bug issue because the landlord had told uh, my girlfriend's dad about it. And what's funny is that he told her dad about it, but when he told the maintenance man about it, he told the maintenance man to not tell anyone in the apartment about it and everything. Probably because he's had like 5 people move out since we've moved in. And that's kind of illegal because like I feel like you're obligated if you are a landlord and you are renting out to tenants and you have a bed bug problem at a apartment complex, you are obligated to tell every single person, hey, we need to spray the apartment out. We need everyone to get to the house.
There's no law in Kansas that
Hours.
requires that they do that.
I know
Which is
that's
unfortunate.
the bullshit thing is that like that's the bullshit part there. Like we've had like so many tenants here that are pissed off about it because like it's like, oh, you can't tell anyone about it because it's going to cause problems, and you're causing more problems than there should be.
Yeah, that's not how that works.
On top of all of that, here's the sole reason why I wanted to pull this podcast up. This is where I'm going to leave a lot of details out because it's a lot of personal information and everything, and I don't want to put that out on the internet because it's not my say to say all of that. To basically kind of summarize it, there's been a lot of drama going on with some of the individuals in this town to where that my girlfriend and I are probably going to be breaking lease and moving out.
Gotcha. Do you have any plans on where to go?
Well, At the moment, it's still kind of up in the air. Quite frankly, you'll probably be very surprised and probably a little disappointed in this. I don't know how you're going to react to this, but Pittsburgh has been in the conversation.
Yeah. Well, I'll just name to the hat. I haven't signed any lease yet. If you guys wanted to come to Wichita, talk about it.
I don't know. I've talked to her about Wichita several times. It's just I just know that she's not comfortable with Wichita at all. Like, I mean, if it was just me, I would do it, but I've got a whole family here I got to think about too.
Yeah. So, but anyways, throwing the name in the hat either way,
Either way, if you ever come to Wichita.
because you would. How much are you making right now at your place?
At the current moment, 1050, but I am going to be having a raise on my next
All right.
on the
I
next
guarantee you. I guarantee you, if you come here, you're gonna make 17 plus an hour.
Oh, I know.
So, money. But at the same time, I do understand the danger part because we have had this month. Granted, now they just had a goddamn press report about this on the news. The cops came out because in the entire year before July, there was 13 murders in Wichita, like homicide, like there's violence. In the month of July,
Is this why
in
you
the
go
month,
from home to work?
yes, in the month of July alone, there has been 27 murders.
Yeah, don't tell those numbers to my girlfriend. She'll say hell no.
Yeah. So, but but they said it's all from people that they knew, and it wasn't a random act or anything. It was gang related stuff. That's what it was.
Yeah, Wichita's
But
kind of gang heavy.
yes, but like I said, if you were to press the argument, there are suburbs and nicer parts of town, and you stay away from certain parts of town, and then it's mostly safe. It's safe. But and I live on the east side. I live on Wet. I'm going to be moving over to Webb Road, which it's only nice shit over there.
And this is all in Kansas, Limp. Like, this is all in Kansas.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
it's
live in
dangerous
Oklahoma,
stuff.
so
You live in Oklahoma?
yeah,
Okay, so you kind of understand. You kind of understand some of it.
yeah. Because like when Krieger was getting hit by the tornadoes, I was getting my fucking shit with tornadoes. You know what I'm saying?
Oh fuck!
Right next to there. I was just playing,
Yeah.
and I was like, "Hey guys, I'm in a tornado."
We're recording a league match right now, but I'm in a tornado warning. But I'm going to stay here and hang out for the rest of the match just to see who wins.
Literally, I was like, all
I even got
right,
on
guys,
there.
I'm gonna get in the bathtub."
Bro, I even got on there and I was like, bro, what are you doing still in the party, bro? He's like, because I want to be on here.
If my connection cuts out, I've either lost internet because the wind's gotten too strong, or I am dead.
Yeah, for
Listen,
real. That's what he said.
There's literally no difference between the two things of me sitting in the bathtub without my mic on, dying, or sitting in the bathtub with my mic on, dying.
Dude, if your cord was long enough, I can see you.
It's wireless. Wireless.
I can see you sitting in that bathtub and talking to your Discord or Xbox party until the moment the tornado hits. I can see you doing that.
I talk shit on somebody right before my fucking mic cut out. Be like, and fuck you too, TMC.
And fuck you too, Sonic. Those were Krieger's last words. Rest in peace.
Yeah, but anyways,
was born cocky, died cocky.
That was a good pay-per-view, bro. I give it an 8.
Yeah,
on rating.
I would say that too. I think the only two matches that kind of were hard to get through or needed some work was probably the women's hardcore match and whatever the fuck that Stevenson Corbin match was.
That was horrible.
Dude, Krieger, Gable Stevenson, that Olympic gold medalist that they hired like 2.5 years ago, he had his debut match tonight.
Oh, that's pretty impressive.
His debut match was against Baron Corbin. And you know what sucks? Baron Corbin wasn't the reason why the match was boring. Gable Stevenson sucks ass. Which sucks because he's an Olympic gold medalist with an amateur wrestling background.
Not all the magic goes to Dirty Dom.
Hey, he was going crazy on Dominic's match tonight. The triple threat with Dom, Wesley, and Mustafa Ali.
Yeah.
Yeah, like he was like, I even said that like this was probably my first match I've seen Dom wrestle since he debuted, and he's improved a lot.
Well, did you see his little thing he said about his dad the other day?
Oh yeah, I told Limp about it. How like somebody asked him
Name has a fucking relevancy or whatever now.
if he would reconcile with his dad, and he said, "I would, but it keeps me up at night, but I can't do it, and it makes me sad because he's no longer with us." Rest in peace, Eddie Guerrero.
Like if Eddie, if there's such thing as heaven or whatever, he was clapping. He was listening to that.
Dude, you know he's smiling down on Dom, and he's just like, yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, man. I bet even outside the storyline, Ray was laughing his ass off.
Because Dirty Dom, dude, is just, I don't know, man. Like he's awesome,
I bet Chavo was laughing too.
bro. I bet you Vicky was laughing.
Chavo was real shady in general.
Vicky's kind of on the shit list as of late right now because she's kind of been accused of abusing her daughter and she denies it, and a bunch of legal shit going on with that.
Oh, she'll be okay. She's got money.
Guerrero.
But anyways, so but yeah, I don't know. It is what it is. Well, like I said, think it over. Let me know. Mix lots of money here, or even to set something up for the next year. Because for me, I like the pay here. And
Yeah.
It's close to all the places I work. I don't want to go anywhere that's not somewhere that I work.
It is something to think about, but at the same time, I think her and I's end goal is to like get out of the state of Kansas and move somewhere else because it's just everything in the state of Kansas is like costs way too much. Like I
What?
think I don't
Okay,
know.
that doesn't make sense.
That's what I think, but like I think it's just being in the state of Kansas for her is just kind of like she just wants to get out of Kansas.
I understand that.
Yeah.
The cost of living is much less here than everywhere else. So, what a typical one bedroom in like Florida is like 1,600.
Well, that's Florida.
Yeah, it depends on where you go, but like the Midwest, like the low income places like us, like we're one of the lowest cost of living.
It makes you wonder how Harley's making it work in Washington.
Yeah, she's probably paying $2,000 a month for a studio.
Like Washington State.
Yeah, Washington up by like Oregon and Canada.
Bro, yeah, that shit's expensive, crazy. I used to live up there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My dad's been living up there since like 07, and I don't even like. I don't know. Like
You could pay a house for here with the amount of people paying rent in like a month. There.
Yeah, for real.
Or 2 months. I was talking earlier about having money for a down deposit to buy a house for 10 grand. Shit, that's 3 months worth of rent in some places.
Yeah, that's not bad.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yeah, Limp also reminded me that this Saturday is SummerSlam. So if we wanted to hop back on here on Saturday, if we were all available, we can do another like podcast like watch party of like SummerSlam.
I'll have to join in late.
Do what?
I'll have to join in late. I'll be closing.
What? Shit. I'll probably need to figure out what time it starts. If anything, I can probably start it. What time are you usually? Let's say, what time are you usually off on work, Limp? Are you on work right now?
Yeah, I'm good whenever.
Okay. Well, say anything. If anything, like I can probably get on here as soon as I get off work. Try to get everything fired up. At least get something
Oh yeah,
started like recording and like get it sent over to Krieger.
that's cool with me,
Yeah, because I'm kind of interested on what's going on with Roman and Jay right now.
bro. For real. I know
Yeah,
a lot of people will be.
especially with the rumors about Bray Wyatt.
This Roman and Jay thing's gonna be crazy, bro.
I still think Solo's going to turn on them. What do you think, Krieger?
I don't.
Have you been?
I think
Bro, I
Roman.
don't-
I think Roman Reigns is gonna lose.
You think he's going to lose
Hmm
to Jay Uso?
Yeah, he's main event Jay. Don't say his name like that.
Main event Jay.
He's been hanging out with Mob Gates too much.
Mm. So I kind of wanted to bring something else up that wasn't wrestling related. I don't know if you guys would be able to put any much input into it. Krieger might. So what the hell's been going on with Twitter? I mean X.
Oh, Twitter's dead. It's X now.
Why?
Elon Musk really likes X.
Why? It's just this morning I woke up and looked at my social media apps and I saw the Twitter app was replaced by a black and white X and I'm like, what the fuck's going on? I don't even use Twitter.
Not X.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's called X now. Like if you have it on your phone, check it
Twitter's
out.
called
Yeah,
X.
and the app is
Twitter is now called X.
Twitter.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Like the blue and white bird, it's gone. You go on your phone and look, it's just a black and white X.
That's insane.
Because Elon Musk wanted to change the name
He owns it, so.
because of his obsession with the letter X.
X. Ooh.
I was just so confused this morning, so I'm like, why is it X? Like I don't even get on Twitter. I was just trying to get on Facebook and now it's called X.
In a sentence. Hey, bro, have you seen what's on X?
Can't even call him tweets anymore.
Can I
Oh,
give you my X account, bro?
there was something that my friend Khalid posted on Facebook. He was
You
like,
get X.
he was like, now that Twitter has switched their name to X, they can now they can now branch out and use a new streaming service called X Videos.
Oh my god. X videos. That's funny.
I thought it was hilarious. Oh, ugh. Oh, man, like with NXT, I think that was my first NXT pay-per-view I've watched in like probably a year.
That was a good one. Everyone I've seen this year is bomb.
Well, Krieger, which one was it you said that was bad?
The one that was the night before Mania.
Was it the night before Mania or was it the night before Crown Jewel?
It was night before Mania. It was terrible.
Yeah.
It was like Braun
Wasn't-
Breaker versus somebody else who also
Didn't
sucked.
we watch that one, Krieger?
Yeah, we watched that one. It was awful. Me,
Yeah,
you,
that
and
one
Snoop
was
watched
that
it.
one,
That was
that one
Breaker
was
and
dog
Carmelo.
trash, bro.
Oh. No, it's usually fucking match. The best thing there could ever be, but
Hmm. Yeah,
not
I
the
mean,
case
I don't
here.
I know the last pay-per-view I was involved in, I was just in the comments of Crown Jewel when it was Roman and Solo versus Sammy and Kevin.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. It's been really weird being on the sidelines, not being part of the channel, honestly.
Yeah, and like I said, I've been kind of just done with this apartment.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we're at that point too with like the mice and the roaches and then the bed bug issue we had, but we're pretty much done too.
But
Like,
yeah, and Pittsburgh's nice, and I feel like it has a better job opportunity than
oh yeah,
um,
And like, if I were to talk to my my boss at my job, I can, if there's a chance, I can probably possibly transfer stores because there's a store up there I can transfer to easily.
Yeah.
hmm
Have you guys thought about Joplin?
I don't think so. I mean, it
Because
might be
there's more job opportunity in Joplin.
it might be in the same scenario as Wichita because it's a bigger city, but I haven't brought it up yet.
Got you. Because I don't think Joplin, like Joplin's a little bigger, but I don't think it's like crazy big.
Yeah, I mean it's
Because the issue is you want somewhere that's not dangerous, but you
yeah,
also need money. And the places that aren't dangerous do not have money.
and the places that are dangerous has money.
Yeah, because you go to even up there, you're going to be making way more money.
hmm I mean, wasn't I making like a lot more money in Pitt as it was?
Yeah, yeah.
Like,
That's because your position. I mean, how much were you making in Pittsburgh?
uh, when I before I left Freddy's, I was probably making like 650 every 2 weeks.
Yeah. Yeah. You need to making $10 an hour in this is criminal. You cannot
Well,
live off $10 an hour.
making $10 an hour in a town like Independence or Coffeeville in a fast food restaurant is like gold mine as starting pay. Because like
15, 50, here in this city where I live, 15 is considered like minimum wage now.
yeah,
Like,
I'm just saying like out of all the fast food places I've worked at in like around this area, it's been like 7.25 or like 8 something or like 9 something. Like with the place
no.
I'm at now, it's like, oh, 10.50 is your start pay. And I'm like, that's a lot to start somebody on in a fast food restaurant in a small town.
Freddy's, not Freddy's. Spangles. You know Spangles is up here. They start
Yeah.
everybody base pay $15 an hour, no matter what position you do. 15 an hour.
I can hear you still trying to push the idea of Wichita into my brain.
I'm just. I'm not
I'm
saying that.
I'm just saying.
He's not
You
trying to
can.
plant
I mean,
anything, bro. I promise. He don't water. He's not trying to water it.
no, I don't know what you're talking about. All I'm saying, Mike, is if you move, you can make a fuck ton of money.
There's the Krieger that I know.
No, this dude, no, I know what he wants me to do. He wants me to move to Wichita, go work at Lowe's with him so I can make $20 an hour so he can harass me for fucking 12 hours a day.
That would be a good situation.
That would be a good situation.
Or you work at the Home Depot across the street and make 20 some dollars an hour, and then I'll just go out to the parking lot and shake my fists at you.
And I can tell you that orange is the new black.
But anyways, but be like Lewis. Lewis has that. He works at the airplane factory. I want to say Aerosmith for some reason, but I know that's not right. Spirit.
Yeah,
He works at Spirit
he works at a
or
factory.
whatever. Yeah, shit ton of factories up here, and people make like 80 grand a year, 100 grand a year doing that shit. But you got to bust your butt.
Yeah. Okay, so I guess kind of want to shift back to like I guess talking more about the league and everything since there hasn't really been any like content posted on it and everything. Like figure out like I guess with you and Limp in here, maybe kind of let some of the listeners go like let them know like what's been going on in the league since there hasn't been any like videos posted or anything and channel's been kind of
Posted.
well, like I mean, in the shorts, but like I mean, like in the full feature length videos and everything. Like,
Well,
how's it been going?
we
Like,
ran.
is
So we ran bragging rights, which what was supposed to happen in bragging rights was there's two shows.
mm,
Whichever show, Chaos and Inferno, whatever show won was going to get a surprise advantage. At first, what it was
cool.
going to be was they got to forcibly draft anyone from the other show.
Oh shit.
Is what it was supposed to be.
Mm.
But we hit to a point, and the board had decided that we were going to split off and make a third show of Brutality.
Yeah, I saw that there was a third branch made.
So the reward then was Chaos got the first round draft pick.
Mm-hmm.
So we did manual draft on that. We did that for a little bit, and then a couple things happened. Number one, I wanted to brand the tag teams, not have a big interbranded thing, because there was a bunch of huge factions, and it was getting really toxic between all the people, and I'm like, I don't really like this.
Why am I not?
It was like gang on like the Mexicans made a tag team and the blacks made a tag team.
Oh, is this
Like,
true? Limp, is this true?
So, I mean,
Good lord! Like I said, like I'm just speaking from an outside perspective since I've been out of the game for a while. Like holy shit!
like the LWO is one of them, Latino World Order. Like it was some shit. And it got super toxic. Like every day in the parties, everyone was arguing. I'm like, all right, we can't do this. So I branded the tag teams, which some people didn't like. And then I got rid of a bunch of championships. I got rid of the jobber divisions. I got rid of all the specialties, all that, because that's too many matches. We were doing like 20 matches a pay-per-view. There's no way. So then it cut down to 8 or 7, and then I gave them, and then so we have the Chaos and Inferno tag titles, and then to appease the people, I made a Faction Wars Championship, which is a trio, inter-branded, but you can only have 3 people. You cannot have a faction with any more than 3 people. So
It's kind of like a trios division, pretty much, that you've been trying to push for a while.
yes,
Mm-hmm.
no quad tag team titles or anything like that, because that shit just gets cancerous.
I know that when you first started, you were like, "Dude, I'm gonna do this championship and this championship and this championship." I'm like, he's gonna have to downsize eventually because holy shit.
Yeah. So we got rid of brutality at a point too. We agreed that after our first week of shows with the new general managers, because I'm giving them full control over their shows. They're like, man, it's like we're having some problem with attendance and stuff, and we only got 50 people between 3 shows. That's not very much.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, so then I combined the general manager. So and we just completed SummerSlam. That's kind of where we're at.
I kind of wanted to bring up something a little bit, and this was something that Limp had brought up and everything. So he told me that he was a part of the board member team, and then he had told you that he was going to have to quit or whatever, but the very next day he didn't have to, but he had gotten replaced. So he was wondering if there was a way he could probably get back in or whatever or something like that.
What had happened was he
I'm
quit.
only bringing this up because I know that you're head of charge of Impulse in the league and everything, but I'm only bringing it up it's MykeCheck'd Productions. You're the boss, but I'm the boss and everything. So I kind of want to
So basically what happened is he quit for a day. And in that time, since he had quit, we put out a post saying, "Hey, this Sunday at this board meeting, we're gonna be picking a new GM. Anyone that wants to apply, you get an extra set of characters, and you basically invest in the company." Yeah. And I had seven people apply, and then Limp contacted me and was like, "Hey man, it turns out that I don't have to sell my Xbox anymore, so I'm good to come back." And I was like, "Oh well, there's a bunch of people that applied for your position, so I'll put your name in as well, and then as the board of directors, we'll all come together, and we'll decide who's best for the job."
Okay,
and
there was another. Okay, there was.
Sorry, go ahead.
I didn't mean to interrupt, but there was another not really an argument, but a point he brought up to me, I guess. Again, from an outside perspective, I don't really know what's going on. He said that with the new GMs that are kind of going in and out and everything, he says some of the attendance level is not all there when it comes to that. So he was showing some concern when it came to that as well. So that is kind of why he hasn't changed his name on Discord at all, because he was he was trying to figure out with that going on, with him getting replaced and then him wanting to come back and then him actually getting replaced, and then the attendance level for the new board members have been kind of not everyone showing up or whatever. Again, from an outside perspective, just trying to
So Mob Gates did miss his first meeting, and I actually I talked to the rest of the board after he had missed it, because he just said he fell asleep, and he had done that one other time. So I was like, okay, Mob's in thin ice, so let's just kind of keep an eye on him and see what's going to go on. And then Snoop's been camping all week since he got promoted, so he just got back. I almost DQ'd him because he didn't communicate with us that he's going camping all week until he came back and was like, oh yeah, I went camping. So I mean, I'm gonna heavily critique, because I'm going to be very strict about who's on the board, because I need to work it towards the point to where they can record and edit their own stuff and upload.
So yeah, the reason why I brought this up is that like I kind of want to like make sure that like I guess the board member team is happy and everything, and I also want to make sure that Limp here is still happy being a part of the team and everything, and like hopefully help find out where he is in positioning when it comes to like the league members and whatnot, and maybe find him a position that would, I guess, make all parties happy, because I don't want somebody to like get stuck in a shitty situation like he suddenly had to do, and then all of a sudden he didn't have to do it, and then he gets kind of put in this position now.
From a leadership perspective and the board's opinion on it was a couple of things. Number one, Limp's got a kid that's going to be here any day now.
Yeah, which I understand that, because like he's in the same position that I'm in pretty much.
Yeah, so automatically that's gonna, you need to be on every single day. You never know, especially with newborns, like you need that. So for at least on this interview, we were like, let's just shelf them, and we'll see it when it comes in the future.
Yeah. So will he be able to kind of be like on a hiatus, kind of like I'm on now, and then whenever he's back,
and we have to be really cutthroat about this. There's only 5 total spots on the board.
Yeah.
No more, no less.
Okay.
So if I was to put Limp back into a position, we have to have a rationale on why Limp deserves it more than said person he's taking a spot from.
Yeah. And like, I'm not trying to bring this up to cause any issues or anything. I'm just trying to make sure that everyone's happy in this recording currently right now.
I got you. Yeah, and like I said, the meeting we had was a very long. It was an hour plus long meeting about discussing who we're gonna have for this.
Yeah.
But that and some of the booking question was I wasn't the one who brought this up, but the others were very. They felt like your table match that you booked was really questionable, and the fact that I was banned from SummerSlam and then you gave me 2 to 3 world championship matches in a week. They're like, I don't know about that.
There was no attendance, and you were the only one showing up, and there were only like 6 people showing up. I didn't see them coming over to my show and trying to help me out.
I know. I hear you, and I'm not saying anything. I'm just telling you that's what they told me, and that's what the decision came across was like. And some of the people, I mean, some of the conversation whenever we got to some people like Rated and Team C were like, yeah, that guy just doesn't have like he seems like he's going to abuse power. Like you were above them. The thing is, if another spot opens up, it's not going to be a discussion of automatically go to Limp. It's going to be like, well, Limp's a good one for the job, so is UFO. I think that's going to be the big decision if another spot ever does open up, is like between you and UFO. Or Pop. Pop said he really wants into it too, but I'd go with you or UFO over Pop. And same thing. TMC Rated. They all want back into. I mean, it's a competitive field for that spot.
Yeah.
So I mean, and I'm just gonna have it like, if they're not doing good as a manager, then you're not gonna be a manager. You know, and I'll kick them out.
Yeah.
So
and of course, like again, to strongly express, I've only brought it up because Limp had kind of brought it up to me and everything, and I'm just hoping that after this discussion is completely finished, that at least you, Krieger, and Limp are still on good standards and like at least happy and want to stay still participating in the league and part of MykeCheck'd Productions, because I'm not one to start any issues. I'm wanting to keep the league going. I'm wanting to keep putting content on the channel. I want to make sure everyone's happy and everything, because like today, this is the first time I've actually sat down and talked to Limp one-on-one on voice chat at like for the very first time, and I've actually have enjoyed his company this entire time. So
That's the thing. Everybody was bummed whenever he was like, "Man, I'm gonna have to sell my stuff." I'm not
yeah,
gonna lie, Limp. Though, when I saw how much you priced that for on there, I was like, "Oh, he doesn't really want to sell it. There's no way, because that's too expensive." you if I remember right, you put 550 for an Xbox Series X.
I did.
I was like, I was like, I was like, somebody's making him do this because there's no way.
and on
But
top and on top of that,
anyways,
like, if like any more if like any issues do arise from this and it does cause some friction in the league and everything, and say for example, like not saying this actually would happen. Say like for example, Limp is like, you know what, I'm done with the league, blah blah blah, yada yada, say whatever. I would probably step in and say, hey, like if Limp still wants to participate with Mike Check Productions in any way, shape, or form, I'd say he's more than welcome to come back and say, hey, if we want to do like another live stream podcast of like another wrestling show, or say he wants to jump in on a movie review, or still want to be a part of the channel in some way, shape, or
community.
form, he's more than welcome to come back because again, I have enjoyed his company a lot tonight, and like it was really great. Just kind of just sit back and relax, and like realizing that oh shit, there's a wrestling show tonight. I'm just gonna start watching it, and then oh here's Limp. We're gonna watch NXT together while waiting on Krieger. Basically, I'm saying
Yeah.
like Limp, you have been you were really fun talking to tonight, and like whatever happens to this board member issue for the league, I do hope that you still do stay around for Mike Check Productions, either with the league or for community membership wise in any way, shape, or form.
Bro, no, for real. Like, I'm still gonna stick around and everything.
Yeah. I just again just wanted to kind of bring that up for just a little bit, and just always happy to have you around and everything. Definitely, especially after tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, kind of refreshed my memory on some NXT stuff that I've been out of the game for like since 2.0 started.
The pay-per-view was good, dude.
hmm So the other thing that I kind of wanted to like, I guess, kind of bring up on is, uh, I guess, kind of try to figure out like maybe something. I guess since my schedule is still kind of iffy and everything, since I mean I might be moving again soon. I don't know when that's gonna happen. That could happen tomorrow. That could happen in the next month. I don't know. It depends on finances and depends on where we end up at. I was wanting to try to figure out on how of a way to try to work me back into, I guess, uploading YouTube content, but it would still have to be on a light schedule. Like, say, like, I would like maybe find time to maybe do at least one video a week or something like that. That way, there's still something going on there or whatever. Whether or not it,
Now
whether or
the
not it's
question.
whether or not it's me doing content on my own, or having you on here, or if anybody else that's on the Discord channel, because it's like whenever I make a video at all, like a movie review, or I say like, hey, I'm gonna do this like movie or music something or whatever, or just bullshit about UFC or WWE for a minute, like anyone in the Discord is more than welcome to jump in the general chat and just talk to me for a little bit and then just make stuff from there and everything. Like it's just I've kind of trying to figure out like, hey, like I want to get back into the YouTube stuff. I've been trying for the last like 3.5 weeks. It's just there's been a lot of drama going on.
The
We
question
need to figure
is,
something out.
what do you want to focus on?
So the honestly, the first project that I wanted to start on, like I know we had a list, you and Lyson had a list like in the very, very beginning of the year. But the first project that I kind of wanted to start on, and this is mainly because I want to go back and actually watch this movie because I only watched it at like 3 in the morning, is that I wanted to go back and watch Scream 6 again. But then it turned into, well, I can't just review Scream 6 and not talk about the other movies. So I was like, well, maybe if I were to do my first project back as like either myself or anyone else coming back, or anybody else that wants to help with the project, I review at least the first 4 Scream films and do
I
Scream
can
6, and then do Scream
because
6 since you and I did Scream 5 like a year or two ago.
I can organize watch parties and get people in to do reviews and stuff. That's not a
Yeah,
problem.
it would just depend on like getting everyone on a good schedule and everything. And if nothing really changes for me, my work schedule has basically stayed the same the last 4 weeks. I'm typically off at 5 p.m., give or take, depending on how work goes, because sometimes I have to stay till after 6 because there's no organization at my job, and I'm the only one holding that kitchen up on my fucking back.
You have a
But
set day off?
Tuesday and Wednesday.
Okay. So why don't you do a weekly recording day every? It's always Tuesday and Wednesday.
The last 4 weeks have been Tuesday and Wednesday, but I've made a deal with my boss saying that my days off have to be back to back. Like if they
Okay.
have to move it to a different day, like say like, okay, we have to move your day, one of your days off to like Thursday. It has to be either Wednesday, Thursday, or Thursday, Friday. That's the deal
Once
that
a
I've
week.
made with them.
Once a week, just make a little thing on there and go like, hey, we're gonna be doing watch parties. Like anybody that wants to join and review stuff. This is the thing we're watching this week. It's up to you to stream it or whatever you have to do, but that's what we're gonna do.
So I guess since I've kind of announced my first project wanting to come back, would you want to partake if your I guess if your child's not here yet, Limp, if you were wanting to partake in like a Scream
Yeah.
series review, would you want to be a part of
Yeah.
it?
Now,
Yeah.
Mike, haven't we reviewed? We've reviewed Scream One.
We did, but we lost the video. So it's open to rewatch.
Oh, okay. So you want to
Any
go through the
videos,
Scream series?
any videos that we reviewed in the past in the old channel before we revamped it to this one, a lot of those videos got lost. So all those videos that we lost, they're open to be put back on there. The only one, because there's to kind of, I guess, to kind of explain to Limp, there's kind of a, I guess, quote unquote rule that I kind of like wanted, I kind of do for movie stuff or Mike Check Productions. I don't like to review the same movie like every year or something like that. I would say like maybe like a, I would say like maybe like a 5 to 6 year space in between the film would be okay to
Let's
go back and watch it again.
with an exception of Thanksgiving.
No.
Yeah, we didn't wait that long before we watched Thanksgiving again.
Well, the first review wasn't really a review. It was just a video of me and Taylor Riley wanting to kill you.
No, it was a whole group of people. What?
The second video was an actual review.
That's perfect.
But so yeah, like Scream 1's open to review again. We never reviewed Scream 2, 3, or 4. Scream 5 would be the only one that we would probably skip over because we reviewed it like a year or two ago and everything. And then there's Scream 6.
Yeah. Well, I know we had a whole list of stuff, so whatever you want to do, just each week.
Yeah, I figured that, and I know that you wanted to cover more of the slasher killers movies, Krieger. I figured that with me coming back doing the Scream series, it's a slasher killer movie series, and it's not a gigantic one. Because if we were to jump into like
What
Child's
days are you off?
Play,
No.
if you're jumping to like Child's Play or Halloween, we'd be doing it for fucking months.
Well, even the other one is a longer one.
Remember how
But yeah,
long it took us to get Friday the 13th done?
yeah. But we had a whole. I just checked. I don't still have my list, but there's a whole list of shit that we were like, hey, let's do these as
Yeah,
well. So,
we have a
but
list. I just need to get it pulled up. Yeah,
I erased that shit because I remember we did the first episode or the first couple episodes of Dexter at one point. We are gonna do a series review on that.
we did one episode. I still have that stuff on my computer. I just haven't uploaded it yet.
So yeah. So if we could find that, but like I said, you pick whatever order you want to do stuff in. But
Yeah, I was gonna say like since I watched Scream 6 about probably like a month ago at like 3 in the morning, I would like to watch it again at like a decent, I guess, time of day or time of evening, because I guess when it comes to movie reviews, it's easier to critique a movie when you're not half asleep.
And like a first time view of like Dragon Ball Superhero would be cool, but I
Oh
have
yeah. And we would explain like some of the movie review stuff that we do, because we've basically changed it up every time. But yeah, like that would probably be my first project back, is the Scream series, because I find all those movies enjoyable. I actually like them all as of right now. But yeah,
yeah.
my typical days off are Tuesday, Wednesday. So tomorrow would be my Friday. But I don't know.
Like I'm pretty sure I'm off Wednesday.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm going to be super available this Tuesday or Friday. I would have to get back to you on that and everything, because like I mean, I figured we would record something tonight. That way we would get like something out for content. Us just kind of
Oh
bullshitting,
wait,
messing around, and then kind of explaining, hey, this is what's been going on. This is what's been happening. Here's some league stuff. Here's some drama about life. Here's what MykeCheck'd and Limp is doing. Yeah.
the way I'd like to do it is for the podcast every week. Every Monday record a podcast.
Oh yeah.
Try and get it out. That way, okay. So Sundays would be my board of directors meetings. Mondays I would do the podcast.
Mhm.
Tuesdays is chaos, and Fridays is Inferno. So
Okay.
if you could shoot for every Wednesday, that would work out for
Quick question.
what we're doing.
Quick question, Krieger. I guess if I'm available, I wouldn't say anything. Like probably not anything too much, but since I guess I kind of want to kind of get back to kind of figuring out what's going on in the league, would you mind if I kind of sat in on the next, I guess, board meeting? I guess.
Well, and that's what I meant by my question about what you're going to focus on, whether or not if you just want to, because if you had more of a hand in the pot when it came to being in the league, if like a major leader, then we can change some things around. If you wanted to focus, because listen, like we can edit. If I had another editor and recorder, we could kill it.
I only
And
thought
I know you're good at editing, but
I only thought about it because I was just, I guess I kind of had a little bit of concern that there was a little bit of friction going on between, I guess, Limp and the other board members with what was going on with him. So that was kind of why I was wanting to sit in on the next board meeting to kind of figure out how the playing field is, and I guess kind of figure out, okay, so I've been gone for like 2.5 months. MykeCheck'd Production is my channel. I kind of want to know what's going on and what's going on to my channel. So, guys, talk. I'm just here.
So I mean, unless Limp is holding friction towards them, I can tell you that they don't hold any friction towards Limp at all. They made a business decision, and that's how I kind of betrayed it. I said, listen, ultimately the choice is up to me on who we go with, but I want to hear what you guys hear, especially because Freddie, whoever got that spot would be the co-general manager of Inferno with Freddie, so I heavily leaned on to what Freddie's opinion was on stuff because it's going to be his coworker.
Yeah.
And I listened to the whole thing, and they very concisely listed out positive and negatives from each person, neutrally, and decided that Limp, Snoop was the best person for the job.
Yeah, and like
And
you
it's
said
gonna hurt some
before-
people's feelings, but
like you said before, again, like no offense to Limp, but like you said before, Limp is kind of in the same situation as I am right now. He's about to have a child. He's probably gonna have to take a leave for a little bit and everything. Like I've had to take a leave, which I thought it was gonna be like maybe 2 weeks, which turned to 2 months because I didn't know how difficult raising a child was gonna be. So
it's easy.
It's not easy at all. Trust
You're
me.
a fucking nut too, you son of a bitch.
I'm pretty sure the only one in this chat right now that doesn't have a kid. So you.
Is you, yeah. So fuck off, Krieger.
You know what? I can go to sleep and not worry about waking up early or whatever.
Nobody cares.
Dude, the only child that Krieger has is his dog, and his dog is living with his parents. Okay, so he's got the
And
high life right now.
And my dog is best friends with my stepdad now, and he never leaves my stepdad's side, and my stepdad is obsessed with him. He's like, "You're not getting him back. He's our dog now."
Stepdad. Just give him
Isn't
to your stepdad, bro.
isn't that
I
the
did,
dog?
basically.
Isn't it the dog your ex bought too?
Yeah, that was the whole thing. It was kind of a perfect solution because I didn't want him because I got it with my ex, and then
Hey,
but I kept him.
Bugs
You
is
know.
not a bad dog. Bugs is a good dog. He just has
No,
some.
and my mom and my parents have said they're like that's the best dog we've ever owned,
Yeah,
and they
Bugs is a
he
good dog.
doesn't shed anymore. He doesn't poop inside anywhere because he has doggy doors he can go out of. Like he's doing good. He's
I mean,
living it up.
he's probably dealing with a lot of anxiety and pit with dealing with another cat in the house, and then all the stuff with Josh and everything. Because there was
And
that
then
one.
Oscar died.
Yeah.
Well,
You,
the other dog that my parents had.
yeah.
So that's why my stepdad
You
also is
you remember
really
that one
clung.
incident where when we came home and Josh was like asleep on your floor, half underneath your bed because he was quote unquote trying to get your dog from underneath your bed?
He just
Yeah,
doesn't get scared like that. That's where
yeah.
like man,
That's why I had took my cat and put him in my room for that night because I wasn't sure what had happened and I wasn't gonna risk it.
yeah,
Because I think I was still dealing with that flea issue with my cat that time.
yeah. But it happens. Um, but yeah, I don't know. I mean, it is what it is.
Yeah. Um. Okay. So I
But
guess
yeah, like I said, I mean, yeah, if you wanted to focus, that's what I was saying. What do you wanted to focus on? If
well,
you
I mean,
wanted to focus more on doing impulse stuff than your main YouTube stuff you've done historically, that's something more we can focus on. If you want to split it up, then we can split it up.
it's more
But
so like I still want to do like my movie reviews, my mashups, and like all the other projects I want to do. It's kind of more so kind of like, hey, I am kind of used to kind of knowing what's going on with the league and everything and whatnot because I've lived with you for so long. Now that I'm not living with you and it's still getting put onto my channel, I still kind of want to know what's going on just in case, like, if there's any, like, if there's like, say, like, if there's like an issue that's going on between you and like a league member and it's just getting worse and worse and worse. And I'm just like, hey, like, this is going on my channel. I don't want this stuff I don't want any drama going on. I need to step in because, yes, Krieger is the boss, but I'm Krieger's boss. So.
yeah, and that's kind of how it's orchestrated. So I wouldn't put you as a position on the board, but you're kind of like the one that can oversee things.
Yeah, like I just kind of want to like oversee and like kind of like go, okay, like not like take like a full control of the league, but it's kind of like, okay, like this, I'm only here just to kind of hear what's going on and kind of get caught up on everything, but I'm still going to want to focus on my projects. But I'm just kind of like, oh, I just want to peek.
Yeah. Well, we do board meetings every Sunday, so I canceled this week's board meeting so we could do this podcast, though.
Sorry about that. It's just I've had a lot going on.
Told the board members, and I don't know if you noticed, I probably haven't posted a lot about it, but we're also running a Madden league,
I
and
I saw that in the chat, I think last week, and I was about to ask you about that, but I forgot.
then when the new NBA game comes out, we're going to be running it as well.
Oh shit! I hope you're going to be able to run all that stuff on your own, man.
Oh, they're easy. They have the franchise modes that are all in the game, and we just advance every 48 hours on them. So
Yeah.
it's no biggie. That's why
So
I don't want to do like people are like we should do a UFC league, and I'm like no, that takes too much time. I can't. I don't have time for that. And also that's also why I have a hands-off approach on when it comes to leadership. I'm
yeah.
just enabling good leaders to do their jobs,
Mm,
but I'm only putting people up there. I'm only putting 4 people up there who I know can run the show. And
mhm,
if it looks like they can't run the show, I get them out.
yeah.
So I'll
Um.
tell you what, though, this last week that we did the shows, great attendance for both shows. Both shows had great matches. It went off without a hitch.
That's good.
So,
That's good.
so
I guess I'm just asking out of curiosity. I guess has this is kind of more of a question towards Limp. Have you been on leave from the league still because of the kid thing, or have you also been kind of like trying to still participate a little bit until your kid's here?
Kind of both, you know what I'm saying? Like if you catch me on or whatever, I can fucking hang out and chill and do some stuff. But
You're just kind of like taking a little bit of a step back for now.
yeah,
Okay, yeah, I get that. Yeah,
that, and with less championships, there's less opportunity to get like a pay-per-view match and everything. So
Yeah.
like he's
I mean, like that. I kind of did that all the way to the pretty much to the end, where I had to step away and whatever because like I had like made a mashup video, and then like the very next day I was like, "Well, guys, I have to leave. See you later." So the last mashup I did before I left was the one with Limp Bizkit and 50 Cent and fucking Outcast and shit. Good God.
yeah, that one was pretty good. I like that one.
Yeah, that I thought it was so funny how that was my last mashup I made before I left. Spent about like 6 to 8 hours on that one. Jesus Christ. That's music, video, and thumbnail all in general. That's 8 hours of work. Good God. Mashups are pain in the ass. Um, I guess if just out of curiosity, if Limp wanted to participate in like any other content outside of the league, what would be like some stuff that he would like to participate in? Like what are some like interests that you're like into, I guess?
he's older than us, so
I
any
mean,
any of the classic stuff he'll remember going to high school in
I
the
mean, like,
20s.
I'm only asking because,
You know what,
like,
Krieger? You know what, Krieger? I've had enough of your bullshit, bro. You can go suck a dick today. I haven't told you to do that today. I haven't told you to do that at all. I've been trying to be.
I'm only asking because, like, hey, like, we just watched the pay per view together, and it's like, hey, like, like, if you wanted to be part of something, like, hey, like, if you wanted to say, I want to do this project for the channel, is that okay or whatever? What are like, what's some ideas?
Like pay-per-view reviews or
Like
whatever. I don't care, man.
reviews, like
I'm just
pay-per-view.
happy to be here, bro. Like this is just a fun place just to chill with you guys. Like
Yeah, that's the whole purpose of My Check Productions is to make sure that everyone's happy and just like having a good time on My Check Productions and the whole fucking channel.
like every time like I hop on the Xbox or whatever, you know,
Yeah.
that the kids are watching or whatever, bro, and I pop in and somebody's always sending me to come play matches or something. Krieger's always sending me an invite at
8 o'clock in the morning.
chill.
Dude, like I always remember the days where like I'm off work today. I can sleep in. And then I hear at fucking 7:30 in the morning, Krieger's bedroom door shuts. And then I hear the Xbox chime on. And then about 10 minutes later, hey guys, what's up? Ready to play some wrestling? Like, I'm like, Krieger, it's 8 o'clock in the morning. I'm trying to sleep.
No, I was up at 5. I waited a couple hours out of respect.
But yeah, like wrestling, movies,
Reviews,
music.
whatever, man. I don't care, dude. Just like send me, just like head up at the
Myke, I think you need to
to
make
do
a
that. You
thing
know what I'm saying?
on the Discord and just have it Wednesdays with my, for and just
Yeah, Wednesdays with Myke.
yeah,
Tuesdays and Wednesdays with
and then
Mike.
and then
Anyone?
no matter who shows up, if it's just you or if it's a whole crowd of people, just say, hey guys, this Wednesday we're gonna be rewatching Survivor Series from 1994 or some bullshit.
Oh
We're
God.
gonna go. We're gonna watch Thanksgiving 3. you
Dude,
know.
if I was gonna pick a Survivor Series to rewatch or kind of go back and try to like, I guess, refresh my memory on, like the first one that came up to mind was for some reason Survivor Series 2003. Probably because I started watching wrestling in 2003. That might be why. That was the
Bro,
But
we
yeah,
need to go
so
back further.
starting this Wednesday, I think you need to pick something and just be like, this is what we're gonna be doing. Like you said, you wanted to go do Scream. Just like start now. Go to the fucking Discord, make a new thing. Tag everybody and say, hey guys, We're gonna be watching Scream 1. Anybody who wants to watch and review it, just let us know.
Would you want me to make a new branch or just go into one of the general chats?
No, make a new text chat.
Oh boy, I'm gonna have to refigure that shit out because I haven't figured
You
this.
just hit the plus sign, name the channel, and then you're all good.
Okay. Sure.
And pick a time for whenever you're gonna start it too.
Do I want to do Tuesdays or Wednesdays? I think Tuesdays might be better because those are my Saturdays.
Wednesdays, because we run a show on Tuesdays. If you want more people to be there, otherwise everybody's gonna be wrestling. And also, yeah, if you pick Tuesdays, that would be the main obstacle. Is half the league will be doing wrestling matches.
Yeah, I'm working on it right now. Yeah, I have to figure like something out and everything. I need to figure out first off if I'm gonna do the Scream project. I need to figure out what streaming service that Scream is on. Is it on Paramount? Scream.
Scream? I have no idea.
Well, the new Screams are on Paramount Plus or on Amazon, Apple TV, or Google.
Those are all paid for.
Yeah. I think my girlfriend has a free month of Paramount Plus and
A
everything.
year, but I didn't renew it. Like through T-Mobile.
I think she has that, but I don't know if she's going to be able to keep paying for it. How much is Paramount Plus a month?
100.
I don't think Paramount Plus is $100 a month.
I don't know. I had it for free through T-Mobile, and I think they still offer that. My credit card company gives me a Uber Plus for free now.
Paramount Plus Essential is $5.99 a month. Paramount Plus with Showtime is $11.99 a month.
Oh, well, it's a Showtime thing. Oh, well, then I have it on my my Amazon because I have the Showtime add-on because of Dexter.
Yeah, because
So just log on to my Amazon. You should watch it. Remember, you were logged into it before.
on my PlayStation probably, but I don't know if on the computer. I'll probably have to figure this stuff out when I get hop off of here. What the hell? Oh, Looney was responding back to my thing
Oh,
earlier.
Looney retired to go to AEW to do cheese stuff on AEW, and
What do
then
you
he's
mean?
gonna go back.
What do you mean cheese stuff on AEW?
Well, as soon as the game came out, he found a lot of exploits you can do, and immediately he's done nothing. But he's one of the top people online. He's
He changed games.
yeah, so he hopped over there. But somebody told me today he's already getting bored of AEW, so he'll probably be coming back. Mike, do you want to know who my two characters are right now?
Oh God, do I want to know what his two characters are, Limp, or do you even know?
No, right now, bro. I've been going.
I have Drew McIntyre and 2009 Randy Orton.
Fuck you. Fuck you on that 2009 Randy Orton. God damn it. You know, if I was in the league right now, I'd be fighting for every single Randy Orton in that game.
Well, and then somebody else is the other. One of the. Yeah.
You know, by proof,
Oh,
offline and online, Randy Orton is my best character.
Well, Randy Orton's OP and all, man. It's just so good.
OP aside, Randy Orton's my best character.
But Snoop just, I mean, he beat me. Granted, I was injured, but Snoop beat me when he got current day Undertaker for winning those tag titles.
Snoop beat me with current day Undertaker. This is why I miss living with the Grieger, so I can just talk shit without having to.
Well, you know, conveniently, all you got to do is move to Wichita.
Oh man,
Wichita, there he goes again, bro. Playing that.
there he goes.
Watering it.
Or right
Dude.
outside of Wichita in a
Back in
close
the
by
day,
city.
back in the day when like I would kind of like not be a part of the league, but I would just kind of bullshit with the Xbox members through Krieger's headset. Like I would just kind of sit there and like be editing videos because I'd be on a laptop and he'd be on his Xbox talking to his guys in the league, and I would start hearing him like talking shit and everything, and I could hear people screaming through his headset, and so I would start yelling stuff loud enough to where they could hear me, and then they would either say, "Who the fuck is that?" or they'd be start laughing their asses off because they knew that I was talking shit on him, and Krieger would be telling me to shut the fuck up, and then it would just keep going and going and going, and that's how most of the guys on Xbox know me, because I was the voice through the headset. That's how
Before we started doing live promos.
that's how Jay knew me. That's how TMC knew me. That's how Sonic knew me. Besides the fact that Sonic lived with us, but you know, Sonic and living with us, a whole different story for another conversation for another time. Where was I at? There it is. But yeah, I'm definitely wanting to try to at least get at least one video out a week. It just depends on how my availability is going to look this week. But if I can't get anything out going on this week, I'm definitely going to be. I'm definitely going to be using this whole week. If I can't do anything this week, to be planning out for next week. Because
You just need to, no matter what you're doing, every Wednesday, sit down and watch something.
that's a little hard with a child and a girlfriend who has a lot of trauma and can't handle horror movies.
She doesn't have to watch it with you.
No,
Tell her to go watch the kid while you're watching the movie.
no.
One
That's
movie
not
a
how
week.
this
That's
works.
all you need.
That's not how this works.
What you do is I wait till she goes
I
to
actually
sleep.
care about all that stuff, okay?
Bro, I wait till she
And
goes
say,
to
hey, I
sleep.
got a business to run here, you know.
Oh my god. I already know I can't watch Scream 6 in the same room as her because I
Which is
I
crazy because it's Scream.
have you seen Scream 6?
No, I've not seen Scream
Scream
6.
6 is the goriest out of all of them.
They're always
Oh,
like
is it
for
really?
fun kids movies.
No. Scream 6, they take the kill. Okay, you remember how campy the kills were in the first 5 films?
Yeah, they suck.
No,
Yeah,
the kills in Scream 6, they are amplified by 100.
It can't
At
be
least
that.
at least I at least remember the very first kill in the movie, because again, 3 a.m. and everything. The first kill in the film, they show everything. Like they went the whole fucking 9 yards, and just this is just this first kill, this chick gets destroyed. Good God, I was like, holy shit! Like this made the first 5 films look like child's play, pretty much.
Yeah, that's a pun because the movie. But yeah, I mean, there's different things, you know.
Yeah. There's a lot of different things, yeah. Like there's also definitely wanting me to do like music reviews too, but those are a little bit more difficult. Those are a little bit more
That's
difficult to do.
I don't know if that's something that's necessarily feasible. How many people are doing music reviews?
Have you seen music review channels?
No.
There's people that sit there and watch music videos and give their thoughts on the music in the video, and they get like millions of hits.
Yeah.
It just depends on like how popular the song is, how many hits it gets, and like how popular the YouTuber is. Because like there's people that have been doing it for a long time, and they're just like, holy shit, like it's. I don't
I
know.
mean, I know PewDiePie did meme reviews for a long time instead of doing actual content. Here,
I don't know.
I'm gonna take a piss. You two take over.
Okay.
I'm gonna take a piss instead. Yeah.
Quick, let's use
Believe
the
me.
next like 10 minutes to talk shit on Krieger.
Yeah, really? Fuck Krieger.
My
you
headset's
fucking-
still on, you piece of shits.
Fuck Krieger. That's what the fuck.
We could talk about his Thanksgiving injury.
Talk about how you choke.
Did you ever tell him about your Thanksgiving injury, Krieger? Or is he not going to talk while he's pissing?
I'm gonna talk while he's pissing.
If you go onto one of our podcast episodes on I don't know if you have Spotify, but it's on Spotify. He does go into detail about an injury incident he had gotten before Thanksgiving last year.
That's hilarious. An injury that he would have.
Yeah, and it wasn't like a
Are,
it
are you
wasn't
talking
like
about when I cut? Well, are you talking about when I cut my dick? That wasn't my fault. It was the dumb bitch I was fucking.
hey, Lyson isn't here to bring it up. I had to do it for him.
Okay, Mike. You ready for some
Of
fucking
course, you
Star
cut your
Wars talk?
dick.
Oh shit! Are you ready for some
You've
Star
been
Wars?
you've been. How far are you on the series, bro?
On
Okay,
Star
well, how far am I on the series? Like the books
Yeah,
that I'm listening
yeah,
to?
like the book series that you're on.
All right. So currently, well, I started off listening to the new canon of the Star Wars books. But if for you guys that don't know, there's a new canon, and then there's the legacy canon, which they haven't said it's not real, but they said it could happen and that it could become canon, but it's officially not canon anything in Star Wars Legends, which is bullshit because that's all the Darth Revan, Bane, Plagueis, all that stuff. If it hasn't been in the new canon, it hasn't happened yet. So that was, I listened to some of those and I was like, you know what, I'm going to go to the very beginning of the storyline of the years to years and just listen to that from the very beginning. So I listened to the very oldest books, which there was one that was like the origins of the Jedi. There was a recent one that was really hard to finish, which was about zombie Siths. There's an infection on a Sith world which they were training that made them could become like fucking corpses that were zombies that if they bite you it spread and all that, like their blood got anywhere in them, and it actually engulfed an entire planet. And they had to destroy the planet because everything on that Sith world got infected, and that shit was scary because at one point they're in this vault and the Sith zombies learned how to use the Force to influence somebody else. So instead of when they were about to horde up and kill this one chick, instead of doing that, they all mind controlled her to tell the people to open up the vault door. And they opened it thinking that it was her, and she was like, "Oh, hurry, come on! They're right around the corner." And as soon as they opened the door, the fucking 2,000 Siths just ignited their lightsabers and were zombies and charged at the door and hoarded and killed everyone. Like, the way it was described, I was like driving home, and they're just like, yeah, it's pitch black, and then at that point you don't know that at that point they're just zombies that can't think, like they don't understand. It's really primal, and then now they've learned how to like wield the lightsabers and manipulate somebody's mind. And it's like, ah, fuck. Anyways, so I got past that book. There's 3 books in the Darth Bane series, which is the next canon one. Which is I read the second one first, and then I'm reading the first one now. Which that shit's crazy. How much do you guys know about Darth Bane?
whatever you've told me.
Limp, you read much on Darth Bane?
No, bro. I never know.
So he's the guy that made up the rule of 2. Where you can only have one Sith. You can only have a master and apprentice on the Sith side. And I can actually fully understand it now that I've kind of seen it from his perspective, the way he felt. So when he was coming up, the Brotherhood of Darkness, which was led by Lord Khan, believed in equality on the dark side. Like, we need to get the numbers that the Jedi have, and we need to all be equal as a brotherhood. And then they abandoned all the old teachings of how the dark side actually is like, the strong, or there's people that are better than other people. And Bane was pretty much like, well, that's how it should be. It's like our power is equally divided amongst a bunch of people, so a lot of us are even weaker than the older Siths. Like, there used to be people that could engulf entire planets' souls, and they could live for lifetimes, and now that's just not a thing anymore. So then I'm in the middle of it right now, but he did something called, he found Darth, and after he left the Brotherhood and stuff, and he's like, you guys are a bunch of pussies, fuck you. He found, and they said there's no more holocrons left anywhere, you can't find them. He found Darth Revan's hologram, Sith hologram, and before it died, like he had plans for like a thought bomb thing, which he manipulates the Sith into doing to kill the Jedi, but it really just killed everyone on that whole planet. So the only Siths left were Darth Bane and his new apprentice, and he invoked the rule of two, where there's always a master that is the embodiment of power, and then the apprentice is always seeking that power, and one day will betray and overtake their leader, but all the power is of the dark side is only with those two people. So they're ridiculously strong, and that's why you saw like with Sidious and all that. So it's good foreshadowing on some of that stuff. It's pretty cool. But what I mainly wanted to talk about with Bane in the second book, he found something that made him ridiculously overpowered. If you guys ever played the games, Nagasadao was a Sith Lord, and he found a tomb that had a holocron of his, and there was these snails that were in there, on and were eating his body, like they're like parasites, and their shells cannot be harmed by lightsabers, like they're so thick, and they feed off of the user's dark side energy, and they give him abnormal power. So the more you feel the dark side, it's like a fucking Super Saiyan thing, where it's like times 100 on your power level. And then the longer they're a part of him, the more they duplicate, and eventually they spread all over his body except over his nose and his mouth. So he fucked everyone up because he couldn't be killed. And they also had a healing factor for him too, where if he ever is hurt, he instantly heals from it. Because there's little creases in his arms where the snails don't go over him. And at one time, the Jedi, they were like, okay, let's do this, because they're trying to gang up on him. They tried to cut his arm off by getting that little crease. They got it in there, and the second that it hurt his arm at all, the snails instantly healed his body, and it just bounced right off of him. Like, he was abnormal. Like, he was just overpowered as hell. So I thought that was cool. That his entire
sick, dude.
Like an art. Yeah, he ended up getting over cocky because he has really strong Sith lightning, and he was going to kill somebody using Sith lightning. And then one of the junior Jedi that he thought he already killed put a force bubble around him, so all of the electricity was stuck in there, and he was like charging it, like killing his rival kind of thing. So he ended up uncontrollably zapping himself until all of those things died. And it was actually really shitty because he man, that was such an interesting situation. So when the snails die, there's a thing that they release into the host's body that kills them. And so that happened to him, and he was barely alive, and they took him to this healer. In the first book, the healer healed him from a poison, but he only did so because he kidnapped his daughter, and he was like, if you don't heal me, I'm going to kill your daughter. So they come back to the same guy again with his apprentice, like, hey, we need to save him. Like, I'm not going to do that. There's nothing you can do. I'll never do that. And they're able to convince. He basically was like, tell you what, if you disable your ship and turn your guys' self into the Jedis, I'll heal him. That way, for the rest of his life, he has to be imprisoned by the Jedi. So the apprentice says, yeah, sure, we'll do that, because we have no other option. They nurse him back to health. The Jedi are on the way, and they're like, well, the Master wakes up. Bane's like, man, you fucked us. We're fucking dead. There's no way. They're sending like 100 Jedi after us, and I can barely move. And she's like, nah, don't worry, I got a plan. So she pretty much killed her own cousin that was there with them, made it look like he was another Jedi that they had already killed the healer, and like brutally mutilated him, and fucking great. And then she was a Sith sorcerer, so she was able to hide their dark side forces, and all the Jedis looked around and like they made it look like those two were, because they only knew there was one Sith, that was the mad Sith that they killed, when it was actually she mutilated the Jedis face so bad it made him look evil. So, yeah, those books are super layered. They're so good. I love them. But anyways, Myke, what did you Star Wars discussion? Myke, thoughts on any of that?
I was
Not listening.
honestly not paying attention because I was working on that Wednesdays with Mike thing.
Damn bastard.
Sorry. You told me to start working on that, so I did.
Multiple things at once.
Hey, it's still in the podcast, so it's okay. It's open to discussion in the comments when it's posted.
Yeah.
Sounds sick though.
Yeah, and
It really
it's all in
does.
Audible, and they have really committed people that they like voice out each one of the actors and everything. So it's not, I mean, the characters. So it's not like it's just a boring reading. It's exciting shit, and they play music in the background and add sound effects and shit.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so it's pretty cool. Like even the lightsaber fights, and they have music playing, and it fucking amps it up. And you're like, oh shit, what's gonna happen? Because I can't believe that last one they did. And so you know how the Jedi and the Sith, whenever they meet, they usually say shit in like the movies, and they have a little like duel of words or whatever. That's not what happened.
No,
Like,
they normally just go at it, right? They just
yeah,
fucking
so
start fucking each other up.
yeah, well, after the thought bomb, they thought for 10, 15 years that the Sith were dead, and then they've had proof that the Sith are still alive and they're here. So instead of even going to the council or anything, this one Jedi that figured out about it grabbed 5 other Jedi, got on a ship, and said, "Come on!" And then they didn't say shit. They just fucking raided the place they're at, and it was on site.
That's crazy.
And they were doing all the shit that they could to they had their most experienced person gang up on the apprentice who could fuck them up, and then they went 4v1 on Bane, who had that armor on, so he was, nobody could fuck him up. But no, Bane was so good he killed all of them all by himself, every single one of them.
Of course. It's bait.
But his and it was so good because the first book you start with Bane as a kid, and his dad he's living in this mining colony and everything, and he's a miner all the time, and then he goes on a gambling thing and he accidentally kill, like, they do so many parallels in the video games compared to what happened in Bane's story. Like, they based a bunch of shit off what happened to Bane, what they do in the games compared to what happened to Bane on your characters that you go through there. Even on your Sith Academy, like whenever he got to the Sith Academy, he got brought in ahead of everybody else, and then everybody's butt hurt about that because he got special attention, and then like the teacher's favorite was like the best, and he almost, he beat him at one point, but then he came back and he won. And even on the training stuff, it was interesting because there's like, on their training blades, they had this bug that paralyzes you. So if you got hurt in training, that's it for the whole day, because it takes 24 hours for you to really move that arm again. But anyway, so yeah, Star Wars is as awesome as always. You got a problem with Star Wars, motherfucker?
No, it's just something I've noticed every time we record a podcast. Somehow, some way, we always somehow end it with Star Wars. Because I think the last one we recorded, we ended up cutting it short so that we could watch like 5 or 6 episodes of Obi-Wan Kenobi, and that was it.
Yeah, because you said you hadn't seen it, and you're like, well, I'd watch it. And I was like, well, fuck, get on.
And
Fuck this podcast.
that was the same night that I decided to stay up later and watch Scream 6 after you all went to bed.
But still, either way, bro, that shit with Anakin and Obi-Wan there, that was some good shit.
Mm.
All right, let me load up my Prime Video and see if Scream is on there. What time are you running on a Wednesday?
I'm off Wednesday, remember?
Yeah, what time you wanted to run it?
Well, At this current time, I haven't set a time just yet. I'll probably figure it out within the next day or so. But I said I'd post it on the Discord when I figure it out. At the latest, I'd be able to post. I'll be able to say something about it by Tuesday. At the latest, depending on
Oh,
how.
see, it's on
Well,
Paramount. It's on Paramount Plus
yeah,
add-on on Amazon, so it's basically just on Paramount Plus. I think that shit expired for me.
I'll need to find my girlfriend's Paramount account or get it logged in so I can watch it.
What is it? The original Scream? Is that what we were watching?
Well,
Yeah.
we'd be starting with Scream 1 and then kind of going to 1, 2, 3, and 4. I guess depending on the watch party for that day, I would make an exception for Scream 5, but if it's just like me and Krieger, we'll probably skip it because me and Krieger have already watched Scream 5.
Right.
We've already watched and reviewed it and everything. It's just Scream 6 that we never got to review it all because that was something we talked about doing with Lyson, and then it never happened because later on, like a week or two later, my kid was about to be here.
Right.
Yeah. Well, and then we got to get some of the new movies in too. We got to do like Oppenheimer and things like that.
I've heard good things about Oppenheimer.
Yeah, like we should continually be doing relevant, like the new things that are coming out. There's some
Yeah.
new horror movie that one of our members went to go see with some chick, and he said it was a really good horror movie.
Yeah,
That
I
just
just
came
I
out.
just know that like with me coming back, I would want to do a project that I guess it's in my comfort zone before I would get back into new stuff.
Yeah, because you haven't talked about movies.
Yeah.
In how
I
long?
mean, if I was in my extreme comfort zone, I'd say let's watch the entire Friday the 13th series again. But I ain't gonna do that shit again because that's fucking 12 movies. Good fucking
We
lord.
haven't. Yeah, watch some of the other old, long-time slasher series that we haven't. And what is this on? That's this Resident Evil. What is Resident Evil Death Island?
You know what? Honestly, I don't know, and I don't care because to me, the Resident Evil live action movie series is dead to me.
It's not live
It's
action,
live
bro.
action.
It's fucking. It's like computer animated or whatever.
Yeah,
CGI.
CGI. And then they've also got Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey.
Oh,
Check that out myself.
I wanted to
That's
watch
on.
that. It looked hilariously bad.
It looked hilariously good.
I
See,
mean,
we just gotta
when I say
start
hilariously
every Wednesday.
when I say hilariously bad, I don't mean it's like actually bad. I'm just like, dude, I want to watch it because it looks so bad, but it looks like a movie I would want to watch, like Jason X status.
So every Wednesday, no matter what it is, just pick something.
Mm,
Just pick something and watch
yeah,
it. Even if
just for,
you just go on the Xbox dashboard and you're like,
yeah,
I guess I'll rent this one tonight.
just for the comeback, as long as like nothing's going on, for comfort zone reasons, I'm gonna do the Scream series.
Yeah.
Oh goodness, but yeah, like if I get to Scream 5, and again, I'd make an exception if like you're not available or whatever. Like if it's like me and Lyson and like say like it's me, Lyson, and Limp and Krieger can't make it, I would make an exception and go, okay, we'll watch Scream 5. But if it's just me and Krieger, be like, nah, we'll skip Scream 5 and go somewhere, do something else.
Yeah. Tonight
'Cause
we're gonna be watching Kung Fu Panda 2, boys.
I honestly would
Dude,
want to have a
dude.
pretty big party for Scream 6.
Yeah. Be like I said, it kind of depends. We might just have a regular group of people. There might be a bunch of people that want to join in. So maybe people are like, I don't give a shit. I'm not doing that. You know
Just
what I mean?
know that like I'm not touching the Resident Evil series with a 10-inch pull ever again. That was the
Well, we
worst.
got to cover.
That was
Well,
the
yeah.
hardest. That was the hardest 6 movies I've gone through my entire life.
Well, you got to do the entire whatchamacallit, Annabelle series,
You mean
What,
Conjuring,
The Conjuring, the
Conjuring,
Conjuring, and all the Annabelle.
Annabelle, Conjuring 2, The Nun, The Conjuring 3, Annabelle 2, Annabelle 3, probably going to be a Conjuring 4. Well, there's a Conjuring. There's going to be a Conjuring 4, and there's going to be a Nun 2.
Yeah, so you got to cover all those.
My God. I got to cover all those, or are you telling me I have to cover all those?
I'm telling you have to cover all.
Hey, remember that deal we made? As long,
Hmm.
hey, remember that deal we made since we were living together? Hey, until fate decides to line it up back together and we end up living together again, Krieger, we're not doing paranormal activity.
I don't remember that. I don't remember.
You and I made the deal that we would do the paranormal activity series when we were living together, and we never did it.
I don't think the living together was a thing at all. I think that it just happened to have happened at the same time.
Oh, sure it did.
But God,
Yeah. So I'll probably try and get something recorded for Wednesday. I'll have to find time to edit it because that's going to be difficult to edit it if stuff happens. But definitely 100% for sure. I will be back for SummerSlam Saturday if we're wanting to get that locked down now.
I'll be working, so you'll have to host it.
Yeah, I'll have to. I have to figure out a way to send you the recording and everything. I'll probably have to send it to you as like a Google Drive or something like that.
Yeah, well, if you just keep it in that zip file, just don't extract it yet, and then just send it. You can send it on Discord to me. You can send files
Yeah.
back and forth on here.
Yeah, that way, like if I can't edit it, or like if you just want to like hard upload it, then do that. But yeah. If nothing happens Wednesday, then 100% would want to be back for SummerSlam on Saturday.
Okay, because I'll be working till 10, so I won't be.
You're okay. At that point, you'll probably miss the whole fucking show.
Yeah, technically I'm supposed to be working till 11.
Well, you can always call in
Like
sick and
4
say,
hours.
I'm already feeling about calling in sick tomorrow, boys. To be honest, I should. You know what pissed me off? I thought about calling in today, and then I was like, you know what? It's only going to be me and my coworker Brenner. I'm not gonna screw him over by calling in.
yeah.
All right, makes sense, right? You know what happened?
What happened? He called in.
Yeah, he fucking called in. I came in and it was chaos, and I was like, what the fuck's going on? And then they're like, oh, Brenner called in.
That was like me. I think the very last Sunday before my boss came back from his Florida trip. I came into work. Actually, no, like I was actually home, like getting ready for work, and like I usually leave like at 10:30 to get to work on time, and I get a phone call at like 9:50 from one of the my coworkers saying, "Hey, so this guy called in. He can't make it to work. I know you live in Coffeyville, but is there any way you can get here as soon as possible?" And I'm like, "I'll probably be there by 10:30, but yes." So I ended up getting there like 30 minutes early, and then it was complete fucking chaos because I was running the kitchen by myself.
Well, get good. Well, that reminds me of that Burger King that time in the mall where it was one chick who really sucked at her job running the Burger King.
Well, here's the thing though, like it's not that
It took us like an hour to get our fucking shit.
I know for that scenario it was bad, but like for me having to go in there and run the kitchen by myself, it's not like a whole like, oh well, get good, Mike. You need to get good at your job. When it comes to the kitchen staff, I'm the best kitchen staff person they have, and that's fucking sad.
Yeah. Speaking of kitchens, Limp here also likes working in. I think he used to work at a location type of food you enjoy.
Oh, let me guess, pizza slut.
No, Long John Silver's.
Let's not talk about that.
Hold on a second.
Hey, our Long John Silver's down here in Coffeyville got turned to scooters. Okay.
Basically, there's a A&W / Long John's that's down the street from me, but I think that's the only one left here.
Yours has A&W still in it.
Yeah, yeah, it's
Bro.
fucking cool.
Have you,
Like, they should have
have you
took that out a
told
long
them
time ago, bro.
Have you told him the coleslaw story?
I may have mentioned it. I think
Oh, like
since you're firsthand, you could explain it a little bit better since we haven't
so
talked about it on the podcast yet.
So there was a friend of ours who he has a issue of being kind of a hypochondriac and kind of like I don't know if hypochondriac is the right word, so excuse my bad usage of
He's a
words.
professional bullshitter.
Yeah, pretty much. But he used to work at the Long John servers that used to be here, and he had said that there was a time where he had overheard that there was another girl that had also worked there that we went to school with that was like the high school whore of my high school. And he had said that word on the street at the Long John Silver's here was that she had had sex in the freezer of Long John Silver's and got jizz all over the coleslaw.
The coleslaw bomb and served it to people. Is that what happened?
Yeah.
And ever since I heard that story, I stayed away from that restaurant ever since until it shut down.
That's kind of nasty, bro.
Yeah, I stayed away from that place, so it got turned to his scooters. Honestly,
And then the frozen burrito thing with Ricky Joe, that one where they purpose like pull
he would pull through the Long John Silver's and, like, in a really weird high pitched voice, he would ask for a frozen burrito, and then he would like actually order his food, and then he would come through, pay for his food, get his food, and then we go back to where we were hanging out, and then he'd be shitting his guts out for like 30 minutes, like an hour later. He'd be like, "Yeah, I think they poisoned my food because I did the frozen burrito joke," and I'm like, "Ricky, either that happened or it's just Long John Silver's."
Well, the cringe thing about it is he went to McDonald's first, did the stupid ass fucking thing, then he pulled over the Long John Silver. We only got none of us wanted Long John Silver's, and he just pulled over the Long John Silver's and did a stupid ass joke
And he did the same thing.
to get some fucking stupid ass clams. Like, who the fuck does that?
Oh, don't forget our El Burger King. So we used to have a Burger King down here, but it had gotten shut down because there used to be special menu items that were not on the screen. That if you were to order said special menu items, you would get something that was drug related. So that was the reason why that place got shut down. And then it got turned into a Chinese restaurant called East Gourmet. Later on, that place got shut down as well, but that was because they were paying their employees under the table. So now it's a Mexican restaurant called El Charros. And they almost got shut down because our main street was doing road construction and they did not finish the road construction for about 2 years until the higher ups of the city
With their
officials
business.
that the higher ups of the city officials, like one of the city officials' dad told his son to get off his ass and pour concrete on the road just so that El Charles can get business, and it finally got done. So that's why that place is called El Burger King, because it was Burger King, then it was Chinese, and now it's Mexican.
Seems a little racist.
All right, it could be worse.
You would know about racism.
I'm the least racist person in this party.
Bullshit.
You fucking lying bitch.
Bullshit. You got one guy who's in the party with you all the time on the Xbox, and you have the other guy who's lived with you for about 6 years. And we both know you're bullshitting.
Things I've heard Krieger say in Xbox parties cannot be repeated on.
No. No. And like there was a time where I talked to him about like, it would kind of help with like some to help out with some of the videos to like kind of put like the chat like audio in the videos and everything. But I showed some concern about it because I wasn't sure if like because there's certain curse words that I know that if we're said at a very excessive amount, would probably get my channel shadow banned. And like
YouTube has specifically said that you can cuss and use any of those words, but if you spam it, if you say it a lot, then that's where you get in trouble.
yeah, and like you and I remember you had told me, Krieger, that you had brought it up to the guys about the whole thing with that, and all of the guys in the chat in that conversation said that it wasn't their fault. You were the instigator.
Yeah, they more so said that I was the only one saying things, fucked up things like that.
And that's BS.
Like when we're playing Overwatch, most of the time I'll intro into a game by saying, "Hello, children. It's me, also a child. I promise I won't touch you." You know, things like that. So it is what it is. But logistically, it's pretty hard to record Xbox party audio. If we were on my PC talking on Steam through here in this chat, I can record this chat, no problem. But in an Xbox Live party, not so much.
Yeah, the filter gets turned off. Maybe some of that cursing issue that you guys had, like you, Krieger, and some of the older guys, probably came from Sonic.
Nope. It's because we like to say some fucked up shit.
Are you sure? Because Sonic
hasn't been involved at all this year, and we all.
No, I'm saying in the past.
No.
Even when he was pissed off.
Limp, what was that one joke?
Oh god.
The diaper joke.
Wrong and uncalled for, and the most that I don't even know. I don't even have words.
I heard that joke while I was in the army too. That's the first place I ever heard that. We were all sitting.
That joke is horrible.
It's the best one.
No, it's not.
It's the best one.
You cancel.
Myke, you know the joke I'm talking about.
I think so.
It's horrible.
The diaper one.
Yes, you pull the diaper.
Yeah, there you go. He knows it because it's the best one. I'm not doing it on here, but it's the best one.
Please don't do it on here. I don't want to get shadow banned.
Yeah, that's most definitely a joke, not to be said around the liberals. Mike's like, God damn it, you mentioned politics, you motherfucker.
God damn it. Hey, license not in the chat, so we're good.
God. Yeah, I'm less worried about him helping out with projects at this point.
License?
I feel like if he can be here, he can be here, but I think
mean,
it needs primarily you and whoever shows up.
Yeah, like I still wanna keep him as like one of the, I guess, founding members of the channel and everything. I just know that like with his current financial situation, it's very, very tight. But I know that like he
It's tight for everyone. But I'm still doing things.
I mean,
you know what I mean?
There's just a lot of stuff that I know that he has done in the past that I know that could help branch out on the channel a lot more, even if it's very cryptic and very creepy and very depressing sometimes. But that's just the stuff he does, and like it's artistic and it's cool. It shows the artsy side of MykeCheck'd Productions.
Listen, the art is Impulse Wrestling.
Well, for the last 2.5 months, yes.
Yeah,
it's been more than 2.5 months.
It's been 2.5 months. It's been 4.5. It's been like almost 6. It's been almost 6 months, bro. Impulse Wrestling is the heart of MykeCheck'd Productions right now.
I was gonna say like he kind of started a little bit before I dipped out, but hopefully I can get back in the swing of things and get shit going again. Because I know I'm not going to be able to get back to my old.
We've done 4 full pay-per-views now. We've done New Year's Bash, Money in the Bank,
as much as it has exhausted you from doing all that, I'm very thankful that you've kept this channel up and going. Honestly, because I trust me, I hate the fact that I've been sidelined for this long. I
And
see
this
it.
whole time I'm like, man, yo, are you know? And then we've got our next month we're doing Cyber Sunday, which is we're doing we're doing Survivor Series. Man, I might have to miss Survivor Series, boys.
Why?
It's when I'm moving.
Oh no, you're gonna miss more brand warfare, I guess.
Problem. I'm one of the best people on our show. The other show is stacked full of talent. I mean, they're gonna win either way. But... And then in October we'll be doing the Rumble, Cleanomania 15. Will be in December. Then King of the Ring, Clash of Champions, and we'll end out the year on one last war.
Are we gonna actually make it to Cleanomania this time and not shut down beforehand?
We are. We're very close.
We're,
We're
we're,
halfway
we're gonna
there.
we're gonna get past all this white mold and get me relocated, and I'm gonna get there.
We're over halfway done with the year. So I mean, not with the year, but over halfway done to get to there, to Cleanomania, and the Hall of Fame ceremony, which I'm gonna induct TMC this year into the Hall of Fame. It's basically TMC rated.
Yeah. Oh, guys, I probably need to.
Blasphemy.
I probably need to hop off here in a little bit because I gotta get some sleep in for tomorrow and everything. Since I've been pretty tired the last couple days. I had to watch my son last night, so I only got like about 4 or 5 hours. So I'm pretty tired right now. I've also had real talk. I've had like 3 drinks, and I'm not normally intoxicated as I usually am. I'm just tired.
Yo, I went camping a couple days ago with my parents in their new $100,000 camper, and
How
my
was
parents
that?
brought edibles,
Oh fuck!
and I was already like 15 beers in when I ate 3 edibles.
What are the milligrams on them, bro?
Dude,
uh,
do you
I
remember
don't even know,
you remember
but
the last
Yeah,
time
it's
you
'cause I don't even
Colorado
know.
stuff.
do you remember
Oh
the,
shit!
remember the last time your parents like gave you some of that stuff and then you ended up giving it all out plus Josh's stuff on New Year's?
Usually what I like to do, because I don't want to. I'm not one to hold stuff. I'm like, well, this makes people happy. I'm gonna take a little happy medicine.
I mean,
You know.
the plus side is I can easily just do that. I can easily just get myself in that mindset right now and just go to sleep easily. What?
Yeah.
Too much details? Okay. I'm gonna step out, I guess.
I was looking at a Snapchat. I wasn't. But anyways,
Well,
but yeah.
boys.
So that's kind of what's been going on. So
Well,
we
boys.
will let's go and do our sign out for the podcast, and then we will.
Well, boys,
Hold on.
it's been very fun chatting with you guys for this X amount of time on the podcast recording, and I had a very great time getting caught back up on NXT, hanging out with Limp before Krieger hopped on and got stuff going. This is MykeCheck'd 95. Hopefully, this is the actual grandest return that I had planned 3 weeks ago. Hopefully, I can get my shit figured out along with my cohorts for this podcast, Krieger Margin and Limp right here.
Stickers.
And we are signing out for this podcast, and we will be seeing you again in about 6-7 days, depending on when it gets posted, for SummerSlam. So in about a week. So this is MykeCheck'd 95 signing out.